This drink instantly clears your sore throat, and I was about to have it and I thought why not share with you. So with me here I have my ingredients, and the beauty about this recipe is everything is natural. You need some lemons, I have a piece of ginger. Then for the cinnamon, you can either decide to use the cinnamon powder or the cinnamon sticks. So for those who think that spices are unhealthy, this is the natural form of a cinnamon stick, and once you grind it using your blender, you get this. So if I told you still think that spices are unhealthy, I actually know what to tell you, and you already know what I'm about to tell you, but I'm not going to tell you. And you also need some water. The only missing ingredient here is a sweetener, and you can use some honey if at all you have it, or you can also get away with some sugar. But since I no longer take sugar or substitutes of sugar, I'm not going to be adding that in my recipe. But if at all you do take sugar or substitutes of sugar, feel free to include the sugar or the honey depending on what you have. And without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to go in with my water. I'm using already hot water, but if at all you do not have the hot water at hand, you can always use cold water and warm it up. Then as that is about to come to a boil, I'm going to go in with my cinnamon. So as I've mentioned, you can use the cinnamon stick as whole as they are, or some cinnamon powder. I'm going to go in with some cinnamon sticks, and I'm going to break this in here. And by the way, for this particular recipe, you can make it in bulk and store it in your thermos. It stores very fine because we are not going to be using the lemon as a whole, but we are going to be using the lemon juice. But if at all you're going to be using the lemon as a whole, I do not advise you to make it in bulk, because once lemon starts sitting in hot water, as a whole it starts becoming bitter, and we do not want that, because we do not want to waste our drinks and resources. So you can add more of what you like and add less of what you do not like. And as you can see, my water has already started changing color, and it's about to start boiling. So I've reduced my heat, and I'm going to go in with some ginger. I really love the ginger. And just to mention, garlic is not meant to be consumed in its raw form or drunk in any way, kind, shape, form. Let garlic remain for cooking, but not to be used in such concoctions. So I'm happy with that piece of ginger. I think I'll add just a little bit more. So that should be okay. Then I'll go in with my lemon juice, and always start by pressing your lemon. You can press it like this on a chopping board, but I'm just going to do that. Then cut it into halves, and I'm going to use a fork. If at all you do not have a lemon squeeze, always use a fork and do this. And this is a hack that really comes in handy. It's going to ensure that you get the most out of your lemon. And as you can see, my lemon is very juicy, so one lemon should be okay. Then I'm going to let this continue boiling for about 3 to 5 minutes, and once the color has changed, our drink will be ready. So this has been going on for a good 5 minutes, and you have to let it boil so that the flavors can be infused into the water. And as you can also see, the color has also changed and it has deepened. You can make this drink if at all you have a sore throat, and drink it 2 to 3 times a day for about 2 to 3 days, and your sore throat will be gone. And just to mention, this is such an addictive drink. Once your sore throat is gone, you won't stop having it. You will continuously be having it each and every day. So you have to try this recipe. So I'm going to switch this off. let it cool a little bit for about 3 to 5 minutes. Then once it's warm enough, I'm going to see you for serving and tasting. So for this paste, I'm just going to add some water here. Kiasi too, not as much as I would have added if I told this was some fresh herbs. Then I'm just going to top it up with some lemon juice the next time I want to consume it. And as you've seen, it was that easy, and the beauty about this recipe is that everything is natural. From the lemons to the ginger to the cinnamon, everything is natural. And if at all you're going to include a sweetener, please go with the honey option if at all you have it. And this is when you add your sweetener. If at all you have the honey, add it at this particular point, but I'm just going to have it as it is, and I'm going to give this a taste test so it is warm enough for me to consume. Wow. From the ginger, you can taste the ginger, you can also taste the cinnamon and the lemon juice. You can feel it as it goes down your throat, and it instantly clears your sore throat. So if at all you have a sore throat, please try out this drink. So if at all you also made a big batch, you can store this in the thermos, but I'm just going to have it this immediately I finish this. And that's pretty much it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I also hope you learned something new, and I also hope you're going to try this recipe. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.